How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal, and today we're going to be going over the Cardputer Zero again. Why? Because it's officially live on Kickstarter. From the time of this video, you can snag yourself a Cardputer Zero from the link down below, and I believe it's moderately priced compared to a lot of devices that are in the same category. It's powered by a Raspberry Pi CM0, which is basically a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W in a compute module form factor. I absolutely love this idea because there's so many projects that you can build around a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. And after testing this for about, I want to say 2.5 weeks now, I love this thing. I love this thing for now because RaspyJack runs on it like it was made for it. But if you're interested in trying out RaspyJack live, you can grab yourself a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. We actually have a build video on it right now where you can also find the link down below and follow the entire process, how to build it, how to flash it, and there's so many ways that you can build a RaspyJack. Like you can choose up to, I want to say, 2 different displays from the time of this video, and it's pretty reasonable. I mean, they have a joystick. One display is smaller than the other, but has more pixels, while the other one is larger and is 120 by 120. So it all depends on what you want to work with. I think it's an amazing platform. It's not only a nice pen testing platform, there's a lot of neat tools that you'll find in RaspyJack that are just simply innovative. Let's put it that way, man. There's so much stuff you could do on it. You want to watch YouTube with no ads? RaspyJack. You want to do a port scan while also trying to find vulnerabilities? RaspyJack. There's so many cool tools in RaspyJack, and we're going to get to that in a second. But I want to show you guys my personal RaspyJack because from the time of this video, I'm actually sending this to Dzaz so that he can test out this really awesome platform. I love this thing. Now, if you haven't seen my full video on the Cardputer Zero, it doesn't have an infrared transmitter or receiver. That will be like an actual feature in the final product. And I think that that's ingenious. Being able to add as many features into a multi-tool like the Cardputer Zero is just probably the right way. I was wondering why they didn't add NFC, and in case you didn't know, M5Stack launched their new ST25R NFC module. I do not have one yet. I also have asked a couple people, so I'm not exactly sure how they're getting everything together with the 4-pin Grove, but it exists, and that's pretty good, which means that you can pair it with your Cardputer Zero or your Cardputer ADV or anything in M5Stack ecosystem. And that's pretty cool. There are so many battery packs for the Cardputer Zero. Even we at Carbon Computers and Valley Tech have our own BMS for the Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. Mind you, it's for another project that we're working on, but it works also in any Raspberry Pi Zero project that you'd want to, and we've probably do a video on that sometime next week, but it's really cool because you get 2 5-volt 5 in. That way you have sufficient power for whatever you're doing, and it charges it pretty decently too. But this is my personal RaspyJack. You might be asking yourself, why is it this bulky? And I made it this bulky because I wanted it to fit in the palm of my hand, and I threw a MagSafe ring on the back. That way I could just mount it in my vehicle and not really worry about nothing while I'm war driving. And that's another thing with it. You can add as many Wi-Fi adapters to this thing for war driving. That's just genius. I think that's not only a great idea, but it gives you an edge. That way you're not just limited to the 2.4 gigahertz band. You can sniff out 5G, 6G, anything that you would want while you're using the right external Wi-Fi antenna. So here are the examples that I'm using for RaspyJack. For one, this is the Cardputer Zero. It is running RaspyJack, and it runs it, if I were to kind of give it a scale, it's slowly adapting to this form factor. For example, you're still having to use the arrows here at the bottom to navigate, and that's fine and all, but you know, it would be nice if we could just use it as a keyboard, which just recently got implemented. Over here, this is my daily driver RaspyJack. I absolutely love this because we have 2 Ethernet jacks just in case we want to use it for a man in the middle. You also get 2 USB ports here on the side. I'm using this TP-Link. I forgot the code. I'll link it down below in the description. But this specific Wi-Fi adapter is one of the 3 chipsets that allow you to not only sniff, but also inject, and that's pretty cool. This is the VK172 GPS module. There is a couple people using the U-Block 7. I am not against the U-Block 7, but when you grab a U-Block 7, it's definitely a gamble whether you're going to get one that supports all the proper satellites. So, you know, for now, I think this is doing the job just fine. It connects rather fast. The UI is nice. We have this Waveshare display. This is the smaller display, not the larger display. And the reason why I kind of wanted to try this one out is because the display is actually a lot more crisp, and that's fine by me. Over here, this is the X306. I absolutely love the X306 because it gives you an 18650 battery pack, and instead of having a giant stack that you find on a lot of RaspyJack projects, this one slims it down just by a hair. It touches all the pins that you need it to, gives you an 18650 slot. That way you can power everything from an 18650 and lasts, I want to say, a solid 5 hours on a good day. But if you were war driving, maybe 4. Maybe 4. If you use the X303 like I am, you are going to want to give it a battery pack. Now, this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. Believe it or not, this thing lasts forever. I want to say I've left this for around 10 plus hours, and it's powered this Pi Zero perfectly well with no problems. We also have a status light indicator here on the back, the paw print. You might have seen this specific battery pack a couple places. Inwi makes decent battery packs that supply 5 volt 5 amp. Not that the Pi Zero needs 5 volt 5 amp, but it is a good option. If you look at this build, it is, you know, I want to call it really beefy, but I wanted it to be this big. That way I could kind of just navigate with my thumb depending on what I wanted to do. And as a war driver, having this mounted with a MagSafe adapter in your car is not a bad option. But, you know, like I said, there is no battery input. All the power input is from right here, this USB-C port. If we go over to the RaspyJack, we have a 1500 milliamp hour battery, as well as a camera. And now within RaspyJack, we can actually use this camera. You might be asking yourself, what does a DIY build have that a Cardputer Zero doesn't? Well, the finalized Cardputer Zero will have an IR transmitter. We already know that off rip. I really do wish that they went with NFC instead of a camera. The camera is just there for the sake of it being there. Having an all-in-one device that you could, if you needed, take a screenshot or a picture at any given time. I think that's pretty cool. Like, I know that there's a lot of people who say, well, it's unnecessary. That's true. There is a light model that I want to say is significantly cheaper than the actual completed model that comes with an SD card, a camera, and an accelerometer. Let me show you the camera though. Although it is kind of like an old 2006 camera, it's still a pretty decent camera. So we have the option for a photo, a video, as well as a time lapse, and we can go to gallery. Let's just go to photo. Let it load real quick. Remember, this is still in beta. Just the fact that we have almost all the features. Well, actually, we have more features on the Cardputer Zero than we do of the X303 model. And that's actually pretty reactive. Like, we do have to remember, this is a Pi Zero, and Pi Zero camera projects are something that I've been working on personally, fixing count cams in particular that are powered by a Raspberry Pi Zero. But it really isn't that bad. I'm actually thoroughly impressed by this. In the comments, a couple people were asking me, it's only limited to 2.4 gigahertz. It's not even that impressive. I would disagree, because you can build a RaspyJack right now, DIY the whole thing. You could even add a camera if you wanted to. You could add a M5Stack card keyboard if you wanted to. You could technically recreate that entire system. As a matter of fact, somebody on Reddit took a Cardputer ADV and stuck in a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, which to me is so ingenious. I think that aspect of DIY with RaspyJack is one of the most amazing educational tools, period, because it lets people branch out into fields that kind of weren't there before. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's always been Raspberry Pi Zero DIY projects, but DIYing an original ESP32 project and getting all of the components to work for a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, that's not even like a Cardputer Zero. I would argue that's a little cooler than a Cardputer Zero, but I digress. At the end, you are limited to 2.4 gigahertz. You can change that with a little dongle. Now, every dongle I have is, I want to say, too big. This is the smallest one that I have right now. I can grab any dongle that I'd like, and just saying that like that sounds weird, but I can grab a 2.45 gig, 6 gig dongle, stick it on one of these projects, and now I have a Triband device. almost outdoing some of the most expensive projects within the community. And they, like, that's a kind of another thing, is the other one, who is the father of the RaspyJack firmware, has been working on this for so long. And I remember seeing it at first and building my first one and being not skeptical, but like, damn, this could be so much better. And he did not stop. It gets better and better every single day. And depending on the components you want to use, you could have something that somebody else doesn't have. Don't get me wrong. I also haven't seen anybody build one of these, and I like the way it looks. Yeah, I like this type of model. I wanted 2 Ethernet jacks, and I wanted 2 Ethernet jacks solely for the purpose of saying that, hey man, I got the Flipper 1 right here. You know what I mean? Something like that. And that's what that's really what makes RaspyJack that perfect. Now, with a Cardputer Zero, you get all of those features and a few extra features, as well as a full keyboard. That's maybe one of the coolest Cyberdecks I've ever seen, especially on a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. It's almost like a more advanced BeatBerry, or, you know, a more advanced PiBerry, things of that sort. That's the whole point of it, is to give you a full toolkit and to make cool stuff. Shout out to the other one for doing amazing work. Talking Sasquatch just covered the same exact thing, pretty much showing you guys that this is, if you're excited for the Raspberry Pi Zero 2W that's inside, or the CM0 that's inside the Cardputer Zero, you can DIY that form of RaspyJack right now and get a taste of how awesome that custom firmware really is. And if you wanted to back it on Kickstarter right now, not only are you backing a company that has repeatedly dropped straight bangers, like every product has been reliable, the developers working on it are some of the best, and I don't want to spoil too much, but you have some of the best people. Even AK Rex, who is the guy maintaining the Clockwork Pi uConsole Linux images, that, like, the guy holding it on his back right now has a Cardputer Zero. So if he's working on that, you already know you're about to get every flavor of Linux that you could possibly want in the best form factor. I really like where this is going, and I gotta commend it to the devs who are working tirelessly to produce such amazing stuff. And if you haven't visited their GitHub repo, I've linked that down below as well. Make sure you give them a star, because these people do the most just so other people can be inspired to learn more and get more into it. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. I want to thank you for the love and support. I can't tell you how much it means to me, especially since I've been dealing with the most insane, insufferable crap recently by some of the most psychotic people in the world. So you guys mean the world to me. We'll see you next time.